They say age is just a number, but if you've crossed 60, you've probably noticed that your body doesn't bounce back the way it used to. Maybe your joints are stiffer in the morning. Maybe your memory plays a few more tricks on you. Or maybe you've looked in the mirror and wondered when those fine lines turned into deeper creases. The truth is, time affects us all, but the way we eat can either speed up that aging process or slow it down. Most people think aging is all about genetics, but did you know that the food you eat every day plays a major role in how fast you age, not just on the outside but in your bones, your brain, your heart, and even your immune system? Some foods quietly wear your body down over time. You don't feel it right away, but the effects build, year after year, until one day you realize you're not feeling like yourself anymore. Today, I want to walk you through some of the most common foods that speed up aging after 60. These aren't exotic ingredients or rare chemicals. They're everyday foods, things you might have in your kitchen right now. The goal isn't to scare you, it's to give you power. Because once you know what's hurting your body, you can start replacing it with foods that help you stay sharp, energized, and independent well into your 70s, 80 seconds, and beyond. Let's start with something that almost everyone loves: bread. Warm, soft, comforting bread, or crackers, or pancakes. These are what we call refined carbohydrates. When you eat white bread or pastries made from white flour, they quickly break down into sugar in your body. That causes your blood sugar to spike, and when it does, something happens beneath the surface, something called glycation. Now, glycation might sound like a fancy science word, but here's what it means in plain terms: sugar molecules start sticking to your body's proteins. And that includes the proteins in your skin, like collagen and elastin, the ones that keep your skin firm and smooth. Over time, this makes your skin sag and wrinkle faster. But it doesn't stop there. Glycation can also affect your joints, your blood vessels, even your brain. So every time you reach for that stack of pancakes or a sweet roll with your coffee, think about what it's doing behind the scenes. You don't have to give up bread forever, but try swapping refined white bread with something like sprouted grain or whole rye. They digest more slowly, keeping your blood sugar stable, and that helps your body stay youthful from the inside out. Now let's talk about something even sneakier: sugar. Not the sugar you sprinkle on your oatmeal or stir into your tea, though that counts too. I'm talking about the added sugar hidden in foods you'd never expect. Flavored yogurts, salad dressings, ketchup, canned soups, even so-called healthy cereals marketed to older adults. Too much sugar doesn't just add inches to your waistline. It causes inflammation, which is like a low-grade fire burning inside your body. That inflammation accelerates aging in every system: your heart, your brain, your eyes, your bones. It also weakens your immune system, making you more vulnerable to illness and slower to recover from injury. Sugar also plays tricks on your brain. It spikes dopamine, the feel-good chemical, and that's why it's so addictive. But over time, high sugar intake has been linked to memory loss, depression, and even dementia in older adults. The good news is, once you reduce sugar, your taste buds adapt. Things like fruit start tasting sweeter. You crave sugar less. You might notice you sleep better. Your energy becomes more stable, and your brain feels clearer. Try it for a week. Cut back on added sugar and just see how you feel. Now here's a food group that might surprise you: processed meats. Things like bacon, sausage, deli turkey, or those ready-to-eat sandwich slices. These meats are usually cured with nitrates and full of salt and preservatives. But more importantly, they contain something called advanced glycation in products. Or AGEs. Yes, AGEs, as in, they literally accelerate aging in your body. These AGEs damage cells, increase inflammation, and are especially hard on your kidneys and your cardiovascular system. If you've ever dealt with high blood pressure, swelling in your ankles, or sluggish kidneys, these could be part of the problem. Not to mention, processed meats are linked to increased cancer risk, especially colon and stomach cancer. Instead, try cooking your own meat when you can. Roast a chicken breast or turkey slice and keep it in the fridge. Or go for plant-based proteins like beans, lentils, or eggs. They're easier on your body and don't come with that long list of chemical preservatives. Now we can't talk about processed foods without mentioning sodium. Most people over 60 are told to watch their salt, but do you know why? As we age, our kidneys aren't as efficient at flushing out excess sodium. That means salt starts to build up in your bloodstream. It pulls in water, increasing your blood volume, and puts pressure on your heart. High blood pressure, or hypertension, is one of the most common conditions among older adults. And too much salt can make it worse. But salt doesn't just affect your heart. It also pulls calcium from your bones, increasing your risk for osteoporosis. And it can even make you feel puffy, bloated, or tired. You don't need to cut out salt entirely. Your body needs some, but it's the hidden salt that's dangerous. Salt in frozen dinners, canned soups, pickles, condiments, and fast food. Always check the label. Look for low-sodium versions when you can. And try seasoning your food with garlic, lemon, or herbs instead. Another common enemy is something most people have never heard of: seed oils. These include soybean oil, corn oil, sunflower oil, and canola oil. They're cheap, heavily processed, and found in everything from salad dressings to store-bought muffins. These oils are high in omega-6 fatty acids, which in excess cause inflammation in the body. Think of inflammation as rust for your insides. It breaks down tissues, weakens your immune system, and makes you more vulnerable to arthritis, heart disease, and cognitive decline. Some inflammation is natural, but too much, especially over years or decades, is one of the biggest drivers of premature aging. Instead, reach for oils that nourish your body. Extra virgin olive oil is full of antioxidants and supports brain and heart health. Avocado oil is also a great choice. It has a high smoke point and is perfect for cooking. Coconut oil can be used in moderation too, especially for baking. Let's not forget the drinks we reach for. You might think you're being smart by choosing diet soda over regular soda. After all, no sugar, right? But what many people don't realize is that artificial sweeteners like aspartame or sucralose can still trigger insulin responses, confuse your gut bacteria, and mess with your metabolism. Studies show that long-term use of artificial sweeteners may be linked to weight gain, increased cravings, and even cognitive issues. For someone over 60, these side effects can add up quickly, contributing to fatigue, brain fog, and even mood swings. So what can you drink instead? Try sparkling water with a splash of lemon or lime. Herbal teas are wonderful: peppermint, chamomile, hibiscus. Even simple water with a slice of cucumber or ginger can feel refreshing and fancy without harming your health. Now here's a classic: fried food. Whether it's French fries, fried chicken, or even fish sticks, foods cooked in deep oil are often loaded with trans fats and ages, both of which are strongly linked to cellular aging. Trans fats are especially dangerous. They increase your LDL, the bad cholesterol, and lower your HDL, the good cholesterol. That's a fast track to clogged arteries and heart disease. And those ages again, they damage your skin, your eyes, your kidneys, and your brain over time. The texture might be appealing, but it's not worth the damage. If you love crispy foods, try using an air fryer or oven baking with olive oil. You'll still get that crunch without the aging effects. There's another aging factor we don't always talk about, but it's just as important, and that's how food affects your gut health. The gut plays a central role in everything, from digestion to brain function to your immune system. And unfortunately, certain foods harm your gut without you even noticing. Highly processed foods, think packaged snacks, instant noodles, sugary cereals, and even some protein bars, strip away the natural fibers your gut needs to stay balanced. They feed the bad bacteria while starving the good ones. And that imbalance leads to something called leaky gut, where your intestinal wall becomes more permeable and allows toxins to pass into your bloodstream. When that happens, your body reacts with inflammation. You might feel bloated, your skin might flare up, you may feel tired or moody for no reason, and over time, your immune system becomes overwhelmed. So aging speeds up from the inside out. If you enjoy wine, try limiting it to a couple of times per week, and always hydrate well. Consider alcohol-free alternatives like herbal spritzers, sparkling grape juice, or kombucha. These give you that social feel without the aging effects. Now here's a more emotional piece of the puzzle: emotional eating. As we age, we sometimes face loneliness, stress, or boredom, especially after retirement or the loss of loved ones. And food can become a source of comfort. But often, we turn to the wrong types of foods: chips, cookies, ice cream, because they give us that fast dopamine hit. The problem is, these emotional eating habits slowly chip away at our health. They contribute to weight gain, unstable mood, and fatigue. But more than that, they can rob us of our confidence and independence. The fix: add more whole foods, real foods that haven't been tampered with. Think apples, carrots, leafy greens, oats, beans, and lentils. These contain natural fiber and antioxidants that nourish your gut and help your body repair and protect itself. Another sneaky category is what I call fake health foods. These are items that sound healthy but aren't. Granola bars, fat-free yogurts, breakfast biscuits, even some meal replacement shakes. Many are full of sugar, preservatives, and refined oils. They promise convenience, but the long-term cost is often inflammation, unstable blood sugar, and sluggish digestion. Always check the ingredients list. If it has more than 10 unrecognizable ingredients, or if sugar is in the top 3, it's not doing you any favors. Instead, go for snacks like a handful of almonds, Greek yogurt with berries, or a slice of avocado on whole grain toast. These foods fuel your body, rather than aging it. And let's talk about alcohol for a moment. Many people over 60 enjoy a glass of wine or a cocktail now and then, and in moderation. It's not necessarily harmful. But the problem comes when it becomes daily. Alcohol dehydrates you, which makes your skin look older. It also stresses your liver, disrupts your sleep, and can interfere with medications. And here's something many people don't know: even small amounts of alcohol can affect brain health in older adults. It reduces neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new connections. That's especially important as we age. If you enjoy wine, try limiting it to a couple of times per week, and always hydrate well. Consider alcohol-free alternatives like herbal spritzers, sparkling grape juice, or kombucha. These give you that social feel without the aging effects. Now here's a more emotional piece of the puzzle: emotional eating. As we age, we sometimes face loneliness, stress, or boredom, especially after retirement or the loss of loved ones. And food can become a source of comfort. But often, we turn to the wrong types of foods: chips, cookies, ice cream, because they give us that fast dopamine hit. The problem is, these emotional eating habits slowly chip away at our health. They contribute to weight gain, unstable mood, and fatigue. But more than that, they can rob us of our confidence and independence. One powerful shift is to start noticing your cravings. Ask yourself, am I hungry? Or am I anxious? Am I lonely? Or just bored? Replacing emotional eating with mindful habits like calling a friend, taking a walk, journaling, or even sipping tea can help retrain the brain. And here's the beautiful part: when you eat foods that support your body, your emotions stabilize too. A nourished body leads to a calmer, clearer mind. Let's take a moment to highlight what happens when you cut out aging foods and focus on foods that help you thrive. Within a few days of reducing sugar and processed carbs, most people report having more energy, their digestion improves, bloating goes down, sleep becomes deeper. They wake up with more clarity. After a few weeks, the skin often looks brighter, joints may feel looser, blood pressure begins to stabilize. And for many people over 60, this is the turning point when they realize, wait, I can feel better. I can take control of how I age. What does that kind of diet look like? Start with a colorful plate. Fill half your plate with vegetables: spinach, broccoli, carrots, or bell peppers. Add lean protein like grilled salmon, beans, or eggs. Choose a healthy fat like olive oil, avocado, or a few walnuts. And if you want something sweet, try berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. They're packed with antioxidants that protect your cells from damage. Drink plenty of water. Aim for 6 to 8 glasses per day. Staying hydrated helps your skin, your digestion, and your memory. And remember, eating well doesn't have to be complicated. A bowl of vegetable soup with a slice of whole grain toast, a Greek yogurt parfait with chia seeds and fruit, a handful of almonds with an apple. These are simple, real foods, and they all help slow the aging process naturally. So where do you begin? You don't have to overhaul your whole kitchen in one day. Start with small swaps. If you usually have white bread, try switching to sprouted grain. If you're used to flavored yogurt, try plain and add your own fruit. If you snack on chips, try roasted chickpeas or carrot sticks with hummus. Every little change matters. Each one adds up. And here's something important: this isn't about being perfect. It's about progress. It's about choosing foods that love you back. When you treat your body with care, it rewards you. You'll move with more ease, think more clearly, sleep more soundly. You'll be able to enjoy your grandchildren, your hobbies, your life without feeling like your body is holding you back, because aging is not about decline. It's about wisdom, freedom, and living on your terms. And the food you choose can either support that or take it away. So, let's recap what we've covered. Some of the foods that secretly age you faster after 60 include refined carbs like white bread and pastries, added sugars in yogurts, sauces, And cereals, processed meats like bacon and deli slices, excess salt in frozen meals, and canned goods, refined seed oils like soybean and corn oil, artificial sweeteners in diet sodas, fried foods full of trans fats, ultra-processed snacks and fake health foods, too much alcohol, and emotional eating patterns based on habit, not hunger. But once you become aware of them, you gain power. Start replacing them with whole grains, beans, and fresh vegetables, fruits full of antioxidants, healthy fats from olive oil, nuts, and avocado, lean proteins, and real, unprocessed food, hydration, and herbal teas, and most importantly, mindfulness in how you nourish yourself, because aging well isn't just about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. You deserve to feel strong, clear, and energized every single day, no matter your age, and the food you eat is one of the most powerful tools to help you get there. If this message resonated with you, if you're ready to take charge of your health, even just one small step at a time, then make sure to subscribe to this channel. At Next Gen Health Guide, we're here to support you with science-backed advice, easy recipes, and real-life strategies for aging with strength and grace. Thank you for spending this time with me. Remember, it's never too late to feel better, live better, and eat like your future depends on it, because it does. Take care of yourself. You're worth it. If you enjoy wine, try limiting it to a couple of times per week, and always hydrate well. Consider alcohol-free alternatives like herbal spritzers, sparkling grape juice, or kombucha. These give you that social feel without the aging effects. Now here's a more emotional piece of the puzzle: emotional eating. As we age, we sometimes face loneliness, stress, or boredom, especially after retirement or the loss of loved ones. And food can become a source of comfort. But often, we turn to the wrong types of foods: chips, cookies, ice cream, because they give us that fast dopamine hit. The problem is, these emotional eating habits slowly chip away at our health. They contribute to weight gain, unstable mood, and fatigue. But more than that, they can rob us of our confidence and independence.